Hey there, welcome back. It is the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 11 and it is qualifier time. 6 days filled with Dota 2, 6 regions, with every region taking 3 days and 3 regions at a time. That means that stream is on all the time.
Rip Wisp.
And that is one hero we're not going to see. Much to the joy of some people. One's crying, one's just grinning evilly. Alright, we are in the middle of the Southeast Asian qualifiers actually, and today is all about the group stages. We're in Group A. We just watched Lotac make it to the lower bracket finals against Detonator, and we're now going to see Lotac up against TNC, who lost in the upper bracket finals against Mineski. And don't worry, nobody goes home in the group stages. It just decides who's going to be playing in the upper bracket of the main bracket and who's going to be playing in the lower bracket. And one of the two is going to be TNC, and the other one is going to be Lotac. Just which one's going to be which is the question. We have Lizard, we have ODPixel, and I'm Shiver, and we are ready for a best of 3. It's a best of 3. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think, you know, Lotac, they did look pretty good last series.
They did.
Game 2, Game 1 they looked a bit rusty, but I want to.
They looked overconfident.
They just didn't respect.
They didn't respect Detonator at all.
No.
They didn't respect the Raging Potato. When you don't respect Raging Potato,
they died 3 versus 1 against the Prophet. They play with that. But I think when you have sort of Lotac against TNC, you're going to see them play with much more respect. I think they know these guys a little bit better. You know. I mean, what Raven used to be on TNC. A few of them did over the different past iterations of the side. So this game, I think, will be very close between the two teams. And I think, sort of looking back at sort of previous qualifiers and stuff, I think TNC do normally beat Lotac, but who knows? I mean, Lotac, I think they're definitely a step above from the Lotac that I've seen in previous SEA qualifiers at different tournaments. So it should be a close one.
TNC was in their first round of this group. TNC was the one up against Detonator.
Yeah,
they dropped a game.
But so did Lotac.
No,
they didn't, but almost.
Oh yeah, they
almost.
they almost. No, I keep thinking they lost that, but they almost dropped it.
Honestly, that worries me a little bit. That worries me a little bit because Detonator today, what they shown wasn't great, and I don't know how TNC managed to drop a game to them. I guess it happens to everyone.
We can find out what they actually did.
Because like in the first game, yeah, they were pushing high ground, and it wasn't really great.
No.
Lotac was pushing without BKBs just because they got 1 kill, and then that OD just destroys them on the uphill push time after time after time. But it never felt like Detonator could actually take that game. It never felt like they were really in control, because even when they had the items and everything necessary, they would just tuck up in their base and hide on the high ground. That's not how you win. It's not really like a winning strategy, I guess.
No, it's just going to keep the game going on that little bit longer. But
so, yeah, I just don't know how TNC managed to drop a game, but
so looking here was what a Detonator with the game they won. They had like a Nargothrond, Lich, Tiny, Pugna, Darkseer.
Right.
And TNC had Undying, Tide, Odie, Anti-Mage, and a Shaman. So,
and it was a 37-minute game.
Yeah, so decent, you know.
Yeah, so not really a long game, not some crazy comeback or something like that. So not some meepo, not some cheese actually. So
no cheese.
So Detonator actually just won versus TNC. So honestly, if you judge it just by that series,
by that, you would say Lotac should.
Yeah, I'd say Lotac. I wouldn't say that they're super favorited or anything, that they're the favorites, but they definitely can match up against TNC. That's it.
Yeah. They can. By the way, for people curious about the other side of Southeast Asia, Fnatic is already in the upper bracket from Group B, and the last series is still going on. It is a decider match between Barracks and Boom ID. One of those two teams will be in the upper bracket, and lower bracket guaranteed is Warrior Gaming Unity, together with Detonator then that we saw previous one. So one more series and the group stages of the Southeast Asian qualifier are done, and we will move on to new worlds. I think we're going to move on to the CIS world after the Southeast Asian world.
I mean, I love SCA, don't get me wrong, but CIS is where I'm molded, it's where I'm made, it's where I was I mean,
That's where you were born, you were going to say?
yeah, where I was born, raised as a player, and also where I stopped playing as a player.
Were you?
Like I think one of my last stacks, yeah, they're all Croats and Serbs. It's not really CIS, but the stack before that one was like just 4 Russians. 4 Russians out of which, no, 3 Russians and an Albanian, out of which one is...
Sounds like a bad joke waiting to happen. 3 Russians and an Albanian.
It's not really a bad joke. It's not a bad joke because 2 of those Russians are in Virtus Pro.
Yeah.
One is in Winstrike. The Bosnian is in Sweden casting or something. So there's that. The Albanian is, I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, that's pretty
something. Good. No, I'm kidding. Garter is great.
Over there.
How come you're not on that team?
Yeah, he's a well-known. Yeah, he's been in loads of the stats.
He's been in US playing for...
Is that where he's been recently?
Yeah, he played with BSJ, I think, in that last stack with him or something.
Oh, did he? He was on BSJ?
Yeah,
I was going to say Garter. That's definitely a name that I've seen in a lot of teams. Like, he's been
yeah, he's awesome. He's been around forever.
A lot of Magnus mid. That's, I think, what he was most known for, at least a couple of years ago. We are also in a draft for TNC Lotac. It is a best of 3. We have some bans coming out. Nothing too surprising so far. But it does look like TNC did their homework of the previous series, and we see this fan banned out.
The Elder Titan ban I can definitely respect.
Yeah, that hero is good.
Yeah.
But you know, you feel really good when he comes at minute 3 and hits you with that briefcase.
It's
for
half
400.
your HP and just...
if you have no way of escaping, like no blinks or no control spells, you just die. He just rushes you down the tower. It's ridiculous.
He is crazy strong, yeah. In the right hands, it's just incredibly broken. What about Ursprit? He's still sort of one of the... He did get nerfed, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did get nerfed.
It's the damage. The damage on the rolling boulder is actually big because it used to be, I think, 100 on level 1, which is pretty good for a level 1 spell. You get the stun and 100 damage. I mean, and it's a gap closing spell too. So
yeah, it was ridiculous.
Ability, yeah.
Yeah, it did everything. So yeah, understandable nerfs, and I reckon we will certainly still see that hero get played.
Oh, definitely.
Again, it's one of those heroes that just because of its what he offers is it silences, it stuns, it's damage, it's tanky as well.
Like, can you pick a Sven that just throws out a stun that you can dodge, or you have a hero that has a built-in gap closing ability, a stun and damage at the same time? All right, Grim.
Oh,
Grim,
every time,
every game, pretty much. Grim straight into the pool. First pick for TNC. It's one of those games where the Rubik is still in, obviously, so Lotac do have that option to grab the Rubik against it.
Where do we want to have the Grimstroke?
Quite a good pick.
Yeah, Lich is banned, so probably safely in Grimstroke. It's going to be like some position 5 most likely. I mean, you have the Rubik to steal against the Grimstroke, which is really good, but you don't have to pick it right now. They aren't going to take Rubik plus Grimstroke. It's not the greatest combo of supports. It's possible though.
Not for the same team, no.
It's doable, not great.
So yeah, Lotac, you say prioritize something else, and Kunkka is what they go for.
Oh, I mean, honestly, like...
I mean, last game, he had a good game. Tron, right?
Yeah, he had a really nice game. I think Kunkka got buffed. Actually, I'm opening my phone right now.
Oh, to check, I've got it as well.
No, I'm actually checking my Twitter messages for Vaga Mama's message.
Oh, did he had a... Did he have a talk about some heroes?
And he says, and Kunkka,
yeah,
WTF, that hero, he's been owning 720 a lot, and they're like, let's give him 60% more damage.
Oh yeah, level 25, because just the one change, but that
seems like the only change he needs, forehead. If that's what Vaga thinks, and if I've learned anything on the Vaga's camp, that's that Vaga is always right. This hero is broken, right?
I mean, yeah, you hit that twice. I mean, it's kind of... I do like the change, but it's also a bit of a weird... Because, as you say, it's a buff in the sense that when he hits 25, it's sort of back to the old Kunkka, you know, sort of the Kunkka before the cleave change times where, you know, the late game, you would be one-shotting a creep and then everyone dies in the back line. Now you sort of have that back because you have this plus 60% Tiebreaker cleave. So if you do the numbers, it probably reaches sort of a similar state as before the period where cleave was not reduced by armor. So that late game crazy one-shot Kunkka is back.
Yeah. In the laning stage he's also good. The strength
he's just
nerf him a bit, but probably on the offlane, I guess.
Yeah, he's always going to be such a fantastic laner, and I mean he's just an all-round great hero. This, again, one of these heroes that I'll be a little surprised that it hasn't always just been a first pick hero in some sort of sense.
I mean, it has always been in the meta.
He's always been in
position 4. sometimes even 5, but usually he was played on mid, right? There was a huge period of time in which he was such a strong position 4 that Torrent and
I was going to say, because I feel like we don't really see like support Kunkka that much nowadays.
Yeah,
that's
not
so
at all.
is there why? Like the hero's so good, is it just because if you have it, you just want to utilize it to his max, so you want it in the core position?
Something got changed about him. I can't remember which patch. It was exactly 1 year ago, though.
Okay. That was the point where it just was no longer...
It fell off. Like, he
or something with the X or the
I think it was the X. I think it was the X. Maybe the range.
Because before it wasn't like level 1X much more value, because the range wasn't, it didn't scale as drastically. Like level 1X would be, I think you're right. Something about the X was much better in the past. Early levels.
Because Torrent, like, you didn't care about the damage, it's like whatever.
No.
And you would level it up. There was also that point in which Kunkka as a position 4 would max out cleave and just stack Ancients and take the Ancients on his own.
Yeah.
That was also ridiculous. You'd suddenly have a position 4 Kunkka that has as much farm as your carry. That was pretty good times. Good times. Suddenly I'm not really sad Kunkka isn't really the top picked support any longer. One cleave and I'm die. Not great.
Yeah. And of course, one of those supports that just wouldn't die because he's such a beefy strength hero. You get a couple of braces, he doesn't fall off in the mid game.
So far, I've dodged the Vor table completely. By the way.
But that was Yeah,
Shiver.
I've been active.
Working a lot. Yeah.
So what do we got? So it's Grimstroke, Centaur, Kunkka, Prophet. You know, like both openers, pretty standard stuff here from both teams.
Yeah, Centaur plus Grimstroke is a pretty decent lane if they decide to lane it that way. You have a stun, you have the Grimstroke as well with the Inkswell to follow up, so that's pretty good. You don't necessarily have to lane them together, obviously, but it can work very well.
Oh, let's see. So
10 seconds.
You don't have, like, the Stampede does not truly help against Kunkka, which is really good for Lotac, because that X marks the spot is always gonna keep you in spot. You don't care if they run away fast or over the trees or whatever.
Yeah.
Good old times.
That's a good answer indeed. So back to Lotac. The ban will be on the Terrorblade. So
TB banned. Who remains? Anti-Mage, PA that are top picked cores right now.
What about the PL? Is that still?
PL, Troll as well.
Troll. So I think Raven. That
so Troll would be really good for either one of these teams actually.
Didn't Lifestealer get a bit of a buff?
I don't think it was enough though. Or was it enough? BSJ tweet. He was like
base movement increased by 15.
Like,
base armor increased by 2.
It's obvious bust, but I feel like I've got to wait and see. Teams that start to pick it and show what they can do with it. But
he's so speedy.
It just still feels like there's just so many other better carries.
Maybe
it's like is that enough to put Lifestealer sort of at the top of the list? I don't think so.
Maybe if there's like a Puck in the meta or Slardar, always.
Puck's been getting a lot of play. So
if people remember that Puck plus Nikes are really good, you can combo them. Or even the Slardar was picked so much and there was no sight of Nikes, which is kind of weird. Because Lifestealer plus Slardar used to be the top combination to go for.
Well, you get 6 on the Slardar and blink, and it's a guaranteed kill on anyone you jump on.
Yeah, you do need a vessel, and I guess there's. You don't really want to have to pick that.
So Rubik banned out. They got a Grimstroke, so understandable why.
And Centaur's ulti is always so easy to steal.
Yeah.
Like when you're a Centaur,
you're not popping the ult to immediately stomp.
Exactly. Yeah. And even if you do, it's like the stomp has a cast time, your double edge also, so it's not easy.
By the way, Centaur was nerfed a little bit.
Retaliate, right?
Retaliate.
Changed.
But I mean, that was a good change because it was a little bit silly how it was basically already up by the time that it was off
the first
cooldown again.
It was just the hero was so strong.
It was. Yeah.
You think you can fight them, and then suddenly
you can.
Yeah, there are so many of these mechanics that are like changed. Like Slark's one as well, like the essence shift. Like Slark, you fight him, and suddenly it's like fighting an Ursa. You suddenly feel that he's destroying you after like those 5 hits, because he takes your edge, he takes the damage as well.
Yeah, it's armor,
hits you
damage
harder.
Gone. It's a lot of things that
feels like
really swing the
I think it was.
There's a troll.
There we go. Yeah.
I mean, it's as you expected. It's ready to say Jug's gone, TB's gone. What's Raven gonna play? He's gonna play Troll.
It's not on my closet. Cupboard. What do you call this, Owen?
Just
let's go.
Shelves.
And look,
It's not on my shelf.
conveniently placed on my shelf. Oh wait, he's tired, and he's probably gonna be on that safe lane. Like, we did see trolls. Which camera is this one? Amazing troll. From this side, even there. There
Yeah.
we go. Like,
I mean,
most likely gonna
is
be on that safe
Troll
lane.
happy farming against the centaur?
I mean, Troll is
Right,
happy
no?
against anything, I guess.
Yeah.
It's Troll. Look at that.
Perfectly positioned.
Perfect. Roche is a bit in the way, but he's gonna be taking that Roche, so I was thinking
Well,
about
He's
that. When
he's looking at it.
Yeah, he's
I was
looking at
thinking
that.
about that. That's why I placed the Troll that way. It's all planned.
I mean, we did see Lotac taking a very early Roche in the first game, didn't we? Hey, there's the Slark.
There
Oh,
we go.
what?
You
They
guys
picked
didn't.
Slark?
You guys didn't like the Slark previous.
No, they lost.
There's,
I don't know. I mean, I want to see this because, as I say, you know, it did get nerfed.
I don't think that nerf is so huge.
You don't think it's that bad?
I mean, it's bad, but
You still,
like you
if
still
it's a
have.
Slark game, it's a Slark.
It's a Slark. Yeah, exactly. Is
Right.
this a Slark game though? Because it's a bit. It's a bit too early, right?
that's you.
Oh, yeah?
By the way. I would say yeah. If you're gonna, if Slark is one of those heroes now where you know it kind of, it has to be falling all into place all perfectly.
'Cause
then
it's-
you want to wait for him to pick him with the last pick, and he's not like he's gonna get banned.
Most likely here.
I feel like if they
On
get
that
the
safe lane.
I mean, against the Prophet lane, it's not sort of the easiest lane for him to farm in. And
And you're always gonna get your whirling axis off if you want to try to kill the troll. And you,
It
Yeah.
doesn't look, honestly, for me as well. I'm thinking the same. Is it truly the Slark game? I'm saying that
and,
Slark.
and the thing is, like, I guess when the room gets on them, like, you're just not going to get those kills. You take too long to kill someone. Sure, you're going to
Essence stacks
get a lot of
Now
essence
you have a
stacks,
Magnus
but
as well. Like, all right, that leash is decent versus Magnus versus Furion, right? They can't port out,
Yeah,
can't skewer
can't
out,
skewer out,
can't
yeah.
escape. That's good, but overall, man, like,
it's just, I don't know. I'm not sold on the Slark. And already coming into this matchup, as you said, we were sort of thinking Lotac. Looking at what they've done so far in the qualifiers.
I like their
They're the
draft.
stronger
Really.
side.
Like,
They got
Magnus.
Troll
Ooh.
Magnus Kunkka. This is very strong.
but this puts the Furion on position 5 or 4, right?
Unless it's a support Magnus. But
Oh, that's possible as well, yeah. Magnus might be it.
unless it's a support Kunkka. Maybe mid Magnus is back. You know, who knows?
Right, they're throwing us some curveballs here, definitely, on the side of
you guys
Lotac.
are saying, oh, it's Dire.
I think that should be me, right?
Where did we want to put the Magnus?
Somewhere.
Put him off.
haven't
I think
decided.
you got to put him off lane, right?
Right, shove me and Nature's Prophet.
I think it's most likely to be the Prophet support and the
Yeah.
Magnus off. Yeah.
Shove Prophet will be jungle or something.
And Witch Doctor. He's on Radiant, and he's gonna be. Well, where are they gonna put Witch Doctor? They're playing versus Furion.
I think Witch Doctor will be supporting with Slark,
Yeah, most likely it's gonna be Witch Doctor plus
and then
Slark.
Grimstroke to the center. You can shove it to me.
Here you go.
This teamwork. Whew.
Is that a strong enough safe lane though? Just Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor and Slark? I don't honestly think so. It
But
doesn't
they
look
can have the
great.
Grimstroke there too, and just leave Center by himself.
No.
No,
No.
there's no way.
I mean, you can tri-lane, but Centaur is. I mean, you're
They
right.
could
You're
put
right.
they could put Centaur safe lane and do aggressive tri lane instead. That is a death run. That's me.
So in terms of talking about dealing with the mid lane, is DP considered pretty nice against a Kunkka? Or do you think...
You can do well.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is he has Tidebringer, obviously, but you have the nuke to farm with, so there's that.
I feel like the problem is what for their lineup, you know, because you got a DP and a Slark, it feels like the only time in the mid game you're going to have damage and able to fight is what around the Death Prophet, right? So you have to do everything around the Exorcism.
Exactly, and that's problematic for me, because you have the Death Prophet ultimate,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what you want to be doing with Slark is usually just get pickoffs. And you can't get
Yeah,
pickoffs.
not just fighting as a team with the
Yeah,
ult.
you can't get pickoffs if your team is only doing pushes. So, I don't know, their whole draft is a little bit wonky to me because of the Slark, as I'm not really sold on that.
No, I'm not.
No.
Just saying, I'm looking forward to see what TNC can do with this Slark post nerf. Obviously, if you're not aware, you know the fact that there's no damage with Pounce anymore.
Bro, at the same time though, this draft from Lotac,
Where's it going? This is 5 core heroes.
who's
It's
like,
support.
are they randoming?
It's 5 cores.
No, so it could be Kunkka Nature Prophet
I think-
supports. It could be also Nature
I think
Prophet
it's-
and Matt.
I think it's Brew Nature's Prophet
I think it's
support.
Brune's
Yeah,
Prophet
Brew
support,
as, and Nature Prophet would be really good too. Yeah. Why not?
Probably. I mean, they've got so many ways they can switch this around. Like
Yeah, Brew was a really popular position 5 for one small period of time. You just take Stout Shield, you get some tangos, you run to that lane and you crit people, and that's it. Doing well. And eventually you do a lot with your ultimate because you're Brew. So, we'll see.
You know, if we didn't see the draft, I would have said TNC is the better team. But I do like Lotac's draft a little bit better.
Well, I think as I'd say, you know, Lotac's probably the better team today, and I think Lotac's draft, even though it's a lot of core heroes and we don't know quite where they're going to put them all, I don't believe in the Slark, so I'd have to go with Lotac.
All right,
again.
that's 2 Lotac already.
I mean, I'm not gonna combo break us. Like we went
We're
2 games so far.
Ride or die.
Nah, I'm going with you guys.
All right, 3 Lotacs.
Lotac.
Today is Lotac day.
Let's see. So I said, this is for me. It's all about can Slark still carry a game in 2019? We'll see.
I don't know. Honestly, for me, TNC's draft is looking all right, and the other one is wonky.
Because we got to see where they're going to go. We're going to see who's going to play what on Lotac's lineup. And see if the Slark can have it.
They won with a Troll before. Like, Troll didn't look too bad at all.
Troll is great.
Troll's great.
Then you have
and he's got a Magnus.
And he's got the Magnus
And the
buff.
Kunkka has a Magnus.
I mean, that alone looks really good.
It does.
There's a reason why Magnus is banned. They got the team fight, they got the Roche.
At the same time, what's your catch?
They're lacking a little bit disable. The catch is X-Mark.
X-Mark and what else?
Yules. You can use or Tornado Cyclone people in the air with the Rual.
Yeah, but they don't really have any good stuns early on.
No stunts, yeah.
Honestly, I'm on the edge of changing my small.
Too late, it's not possible anymore.
They're locked in.
You're locked in.
Yeah, maybe they won't be able to control the Slark. Maybe.
It doesn't look like
they can RP him.
Well, can they? I mean, he's got Dark Pact, and it's not that easy.
It doesn't really look like they have ways of controlling him, honestly, but we'll see. We rise or fall together.
So let's see what they got all going on. So Blightstone picked up on Yamate, ready to punch people. And yeah, so Scam's playing the Magnus, Raven obviously playing the Troll, and Tron playing the Kunkka, the 2 that we expected. And Ohio is on the Brew. So it is the support, it's the support Prophet and Magnus.
So offering Brew. I'm not the greatest fan of the support Magnus, to be honest. But all right.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see, Gabby on his slot. Can this hero still work?
It's Gabby. He's gonna make it work.
Let's see him do it.
Believer.
An arm out on the Death Prophet. How can he do against Tron's Kunkka? Tron just had a great game on it. See if Armel can put a stop to that.
I mean, they saw that they're gonna be playing versus Kunkka, so picking that Prophet.
They must feel confident in it, yeah.
I guess they do. They should. How many runes is this? 2 apiece? Yeah, it is. It's very important how many bounties you take.
This is true. We saw Lotac has a very high priority for bounties. We saw the first, well, mostly the second game even. They every time there were runes, they tried to get all 4 of them. Yeah. They fought for it.
Yamate was dying for runes actually many times. He didn't care.
It's all about that money.
Just using the treants against you, I would say there.
Yeah, but these trees are not feeling too well.
Yeah, that's free gold.
Yeah. And with the White Stone, these 2 are gonna hit the Centaur real hard actually. So it's not gonna be that easy of a lane for Grim plus Centaur, even though these 2 heroes are so strong together.
We were right in how they ran the lanes, by the way. Exactly right. How about that, huh?
Oh.
It's pretty impressive, including how Lotac's gonna run it. To be honest, if we thought it was gonna be like that, then I guess CNC knew it too.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise to them. Well, so far, pretty even. Death Prophet.
Yep.
And Kunkka mid doing okay.
Keeping up, like, they're chewing through a lot of this region that Centaur has got, so only left with 3 tangos right now. There are no salves on the side of that team either, so the Grimstroke isn't gonna be able to heal him up. Crobble is doing quite fine on that mid lane.
Yeah.
And yeah, these treants though, they're suffering.
Ooh, with the Inkswell there as well. That's a kill.
Should have the setup. He's going to pop his Verify, but it will not save him. First blood for TNC.
Right, when you die for bounty runes, that's alright, but like this, he was way too far. Unnecessary as well, I think.
If Centaur is able to tank up this game, how do you rate Centaur versus Troll? Because in a way, obviously, Centaur has a lot of health, so the favor stacks of Raven's Troll will stack up, but the return is still very annoying because you're attacking very fast rather than attacking with big chunks.
If you have a lifesteal, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Troll,
Okay.
You don't care too much.
I mean, so yeah, someone's going to get Vlad's for sure, at least on Lotac.
You just have to get Vlad's or some sort of lifesteal. Without that, it's incredibly hard.
Yeah. Oh.
Another nice double cast.
Yeah,
actually.
he's going to get a good bit of damage out with the Maledict on him. Actually, not enough to kill him, but enough to push him out of that area.
He's
of the map.
creating space for his Brewmaster though, so
Yeah.
in that way. He didn't
That's
even
true, yeah.
skill anything actually yet. Which is...
Oh, there you have it, top. Yamatai.
Tim's falls.
Tim's this time round.
So 1 for 1 there on that top lane.
Oh, see his bottom lane Gabby CS at the moment. Looking okay, 10 for 2.
Oh,
Got the lead in
unlucky
again.
cast
Good bounces. Got the pounce, but Ohio is able to keep the distance, run himself away.
And no damage, so no extra damage with the curse either.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Plus you have to be careful if he has Cure there and you commit.
Yep.
He just pushes you over.
Oh,
Armel?
He's going to have another Tidebringer hit in a second if he can find the angle. He's
That's
going to
very
try.
hard. That's very
Firefire
nice,
was
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He saw that too.
Couldn't quite get the angle in time. Armel just a little too speedy.
But Armel is running very low on the old regen. Actually, so is Chuan.
Yeah, he's just got the one tango left.
Yeah, they both do.
Pretty even mid. 17 for 4. Oh, that's yeah, slight lead for the Death Prophet.
Not really a big one. It's fine.
Less than a wave.
It's easy for her to just spam.
Yeah, she can always farm pretty safe.
The stop lane,
sure.
however, again, Yamato.
No, the
all good
Inkswell.
balls there. Well, they can't go for Troll, I think.
No.
The Troll is a hard kill here, but Furion, if you close distance, you definitely can.
Yeah.
He just has to be careful with those treants of his. If he manages to block them, they can't really do anything. So he is feeding them a lot of those 3 kills. They do give quite a lot of gold. They've been nerfed a couple of times, I think. So.
Double damage Witch Doctor, the dream. And he uses it to pull. Rather than harass.
Yep.
Get Ohio out of
Maledict.
his lane.
With Maledict and Cask, he could definitely use that double damage better, but I think he's worried about his Slark not getting level 6 on time.
Yeah.
So he's just letting Slark get as much experience as he can. Or he leeches it under the tower. That's an option as well.
Oh, he's a level ahead. It's all good. It's all good. Fairly, if you compare this to the previous series, I mean, we saw Detonator going for very early aggression, right or not, and this time not really the case. 2 for 2 in the runes.
Having a bit of a go here on Armel. They do have Scam around as well, so Armel will get pulled back with a Shockwave. Another Tidebringer hit's going to be there in a second, and it is enough as Armel will fall.
There's a Maledict, but it's unnecessary. He just loses mana for no reason, yeah. So that's a really good kill. They get Armel there. They
A nice
get,
move for Scam to come in.
He took the kill as well for that.
pretty good
Worthy
rotation. I mean, honestly, you don't expect that to happen. Like Magnus rotating in to kill a Death Prophet. What? So pretty good. Well played.
Yeah, I guess we were good on our lanes, but we didn't realize that the Magnus was the one being the support. Is the Magnus the one?
Yeah, we did.
We did at the start.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I thought Brew was going to be the support.
Oh, yeah, we called that, but we saw it.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, obviously, once the heroes are picked, you guys know. But, I mean, once the draft.
Yeah, because I'd rather have the Magnus still as a core, but I always feel like he runs around, empowers, and that's it. And in this game, okay, he's got Empower now too. But overall, I mean, as a support, that's what you do. You run around and you give him power. It was good. I don't know if you remember when we were casting in Russia, in Moscow, Secret was picking it for, who was their stand-in? It was EU, right? EU was playing it all the time.
Yeah.
but it just didn't have any impact. Yeah, you boost your farm on your cores, but it's not good enough.
I saw that dead hero that you say, yeah, you empower, but because you've not got anything going really for yourself other than that.
In this game, you do have Troll to empower, which is amazing. You have the Kunkka as well, so if there's a game in which Empower is good, it's either like with these heroes or something like a PA, so nice.
We're going to wrap around on Chuan.
This is a 3-man rotation.
Let's see if there's any way he can play his way out. Doesn't look like it with the Exorcism.
Good
Got
rotation.
more than enough damage as they'll cut him down and now can push onto the tower.
They should have expected this on the side of Lotac though, as soon as Prophet uses her ult, like or has that level to use the ult, you should expect a rotation. It's basically like with the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, you know that they're intending to go for an objective.
They're gonna try to take an objective with that ultimate because it's a very long cooldown ultimate that damages the objective so well. So you have to expect that they're gonna rotate around that hero to enable him, right, to hit that objective. So.
Down bottom, maybe trying to have a bit of a go onto a higher, but he has the ult up. Pots the primal split, ready to make a move straight away towards Ninja Boogie. Sending the Slark up at the edge, trapping Ninja Boogie in the trees means there's no escape for the Witch Doctor. And Ninja Boogie will fall, and Gabby will take a bit of a harass as well. Should be fine as he is 6 himself, so has Shadow Dance and in fact pretty much a full wand if he does.
He's going for Midas actually on this Slark.
Oh, I've seen some Slarks doing this. I think it was even BSJ who goes for like Midas Blink.
All right.
Is what he's selling as the build at the moment on Slark. We'll see if Gabby does go for the Midas and the Blink. It may just be the Midas. But I mean, I think Midas is still a good item. It's good attack speed. That's what you need as a Slark, and it's good farm acceleration.
I mean, yeah.
Wouldn't that kind of set you up for a late game? And would that not be where, like, do you really want to go super late game against a team with practically 5 possible cores?
I think as a Slark in a game like this, where there's, as we said, not a crazy amount of things that are going to hold you down, maybe you do.
Okay.
Maybe that's the way you play it out.
As long as you don't lose all map control by then, then they crush you. And that just happened because you're playing versus Furion versus Troll. They're going to be pushing eventually. They're going to be looking at that Rosh as well with the Blightstone that's going to be maybe turned into Medallion soon. You're gonna be able to take Rosh. You're going to be able to go for objectives. And by the way, you have that Midas, all right, but what is your Prophet gonna do while you're using that Midas to farm your next item, right? Your Prophet wants to be pushing. Like, that Prophet wants to be taking objectives, wants to be team fighting.
Maybe he is a support. He can slow down.
No, the Death Prophet.
That Prophet.
Other Prophet.
Yeah, so,
the one on the team. You muppet.
So it looks a little bit problematic.
Oh, a free kill.
But
that's the Midas.
If you get the kill and the Midas is early like this one, I mean, it's a 9-minute 40 Midas. It's not bad.
Do you ever buy Midases in your game? I know you don't play Super, but do you ever buy? I think Midas is underbought. I feel like people strayed too far away from
so many times.
It did, but
on some heroes, it's still good.
Still good.
I think
it's still good on the right hand.
Remember when you called me to get here? I was playing that.
Yeah, you had Midas.
And I had Midas. Yeah.
And it worked out. You won.
We won versus Megas.
Yeah.
Damate.
There you go. There should be another kill for Gabby. I mean, he's got a Midas. He's getting these kills early. This
is
a good start. Yeah, 3 permanent has already taken.
No, he's about to use it.
He's about to. There we go.
He did it.
There we go.
Right. So it doesn't look like he's going to go for the BSJ Midas. But I keep saying, I'm pretty sure it was BSJ. He probably never did this build. I just made it up my head. I think BSJ builds the Midas Blink.
Garter Magnus, BSJ Midas. Who cares? It's fine.
I'm sure they probably did it once, you know.
And if he did, he's like sitting in his couch right now. Yeah,
I did.
It's my build. Even though like he picked it up from some random pub, you know. Yeah, it's my build.
So Gabby's going Midas Treads, Echo Saber's what he's got queued up next. He got the Vanguard finished on Cuckoo. So at the moment it is a 3k lead for TNC, and I feel they've got to be feeling good about that. They've got a 3k lead and they have a Slark with a Midas. He's only going to keep the lead going.
Definitely. Until the push. Empower. The push and the Empower from Magnus starts kicking in. Yeah. Because you start getting... He already has level 3 Empower. You give it to that Troll. He just starts farming so fast. You get some stacks for him. You just follow him and you give him that Empower. Actually, it's him that went for Vlads. I mean, it's an alright item on Troll.
Oh, he went for the full Vlads on himself.
Yeah, I'd rather see someone else buy.
Yeah, it feels
honestly.
Because I feel like with the slots as well as a position one, they're so precious, and then this slot, what does it do? It's lifesteal and no stat. It's
still troll, and definitely you can see trolls buy Vlads. You have that ultimate, and Vlads. I'd still just have a morbid mask, honestly.
Yeah, just have some lifesteal. You don't need to finish it off, but
exactly. But
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, he still values getting the full Vlads for his teammates. You know, he's a team player, Raven. You know, he wants to make sure his team can benefit a little bit from the lifesteal. Which, you know, it's nice. Nice for the Brew.
Yep.
Nice for the Tide. Nice for the Kunkar, I guess, if he gets in. Well, not the craziest of lineup where they're going to really be accelerating off the lifesteal.
They are pushing, though.
They are. They're getting mobile around the map now.
They're getting mobile, and they have that Brew split. Now the question is, how much is Gabby going to be able to contribute? Because, honestly, he did go for this Midas, but he's doing fine. He still has power threads, raid band. It's not like he's doing...
He should be fine to escape.
Ooh, I like that torrent. Unfortunately, it missed, but I like the idea of it.
It's the idea that matters.
Yeah.
They're trying to fight this here.
Yeah. They did get the tower.
Armel's in straight away looking towards Chuan. He did get the boat off. Torrent's going to be dodged by Armel, and Chuan's gone. He's going to tick down the Maledict as TNC claim one. See if they can get anything more. As they're charging towards, Scam is going to look to skewer Armel away. He'll pop the RP as well in an attempt to get himself back to safety. But the cask will reach. Death Ward's down as well, as Scam will get bursted. TNC take 2 kills.
A sacrifice for the greater good, right?
Yeah, definitely. Use that RP to save his score there. It's all right. You're a support Magnus.
Like, yeah, it's not like you're going to get in position for a crazy RP anyway. Yeah.
If you use Fortify, you can Midas creeps through the Fortify.
Yeah, you can.
That is very sad. It's like you're a creep, you know, you think you're finally safe, you like got this impossible barrier, and then you just get Midas.
Counter.
I guess it's
oh, is he gonna get out?
That's the best joke spot. Like I use it all the time in pubs, honestly, and they never check it. You have to eat a tree though for that to work.
Wait, I was because that looked like he was in a position where a tree popped up behind him when he got in it.
He might have built one.
No, but did he have a branch? I don't think he did.
I'm pretty certain you have to eat that tree, right? Or
he got.
I know that I hide there, but
position.
I'm not certain if I eat the tree or not anymore because he's a dead prophet. Why would?
Well, I don't know. Someone ate it earlier and he got in, and then the tree respawned behind him. I think maybe I don't know, but yeah.
Why would that prophet have like something to eat the tree, right?
Yeah,
there's no tangos. All right.
No, maybe someone else cut down.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Maybe there is no tree and I'm just
maybe we're just crazy. Maybe we're just crazy.
I mean, that's a given regardless.
Yes, that's true.
But I mean, this game, I feel like Lotac's got to do something big with Raven's troll. He's got to carry hard this game, as this Slark is in a brilliant position. He's top net worth. He's getting away with this Midas purchase. Mid lane, they will finally catch up on to Tim's. Still alive for now. Stampede gives him a bit of space, but the X-Monk's already down, dragging him back.
4 people for Grimstroke. They need to get something off the back of that. If they don't, if they don't get this tower, there's a lot of wasted energy. But I think they'll get it.
Yeah, there's a split on Brew as well.
Yeah, you're not fighting this.
No, not yet. I think.
No, not yet.
Hello. Have a ward up there. That is Yamate in a bit of trouble. He's gonna have to pop his shrine.
It's not enough damage on its own.
Once you start healing, even though you have Maledict, it just counteracts it completely, so you don't even take that much damage. It's alright. Has that medallion finished up. They took the tier 1 on mid without committing the Brew ult, which is really big, as they can now go into the pit with once the ult is up. With the medallion, with the troll, you can take down that Rosh.
Death Prophet has their ult too, though.
That's true.
I mean, it's pretty scary.
That's true. They aren't weak around the pit, don't get me wrong. Like you have to respect TNC as well.
They got a full Crimson Guard on Cuckoo now as well.
Yeah. Like they're the ones that can go for that play as well, but I still think you have that Slark with Midas. You aren't really looking. Oh, well, there's the Echo and there's the Blink coming up shortly, actually.
Oh, he is going to go for
this Slark is doing really well. Like, but is it really only the Midas or the fact that he was getting kills with that Midas too on that lane? I mean, maybe a little bit of both?
Bit of both, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like Blink on my Slark. I mean, why are people doing this now when they weren't really doing it before, do you think? Like, why the blink on Slark now? What's changed that makes this more preferential?
I mean, Shadowblade was really good on Slark, and then it got dumpstered a little bit, time after time, right? And the Silver Edge isn't as great, too. So I guess you can opt for the blink instead. That's all.
Yeah. No, I like it.
The blink was good. Like, people were building blink on Slark before, too.
Well, that is a dead Kunkka. He might want to buy back for this. If this is turning into a full-fledged fight, though, did get the boat off. So that might be something. This Brew Split is up there as well. Grimstroke is able to get himself out.
He's surrounded. They do still have Gabby. Good to fight, though, if he finds a target to jump upon. Armel running himself away. They're popping the RP. They really want this Death Prophet dead, and they haven't quite got him. No. He's up in the air. Finally will fall. As they will kill him off. Gabby still trying to see if he can get in and on top of anybody.
How many stacks does he have? 8?
Not right? A crazy amount.
You guys think Kunkka should have bought back for that? It took so long to kill off the Death Prophet.
They still came out on top of that fight, Lotac, in terms of the numbers. So
the Prophet used their ult as well.
Yeah.
Brew used his.
So I think you're fine if you're Lotac with that. You know, you take an okay trade. You didn't. Sure, maybe if they brought back in the Kunkka, they would have got like another kill. They would have killed a Grimstroke, but it probably wouldn't have been worth it. So they'll be fine with that. But yeah, so Slark now with a blink. We'll see what he can get done. I'm trying to. I think now maybe it was Miracle who does Midas blink. I'm just getting Miracle and BSJ confused. You know, it happens a lot.
Yeah, they're very similar
players. You know,
skill-wise,
it was either Miracle or BSJ that's Midas blink on this patch. I can't. One of the two. Maybe it was neither of them. You know.
I mean, Midas. This build was around. It's not a new build. It has been around for a very long time.
But more in pubs, right? Rather than competitive.
Yeah, it just popped up again.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's working out. Gabby's having a very good game so far.
It's strange how tanky this Prophet is actually with the medallion and he's got.
And they're trying for this. Do they have any further catch?
Him? Oh, he didn't bounce out.
They got him.
He's gone. Yep, and he was axed as well, so he wouldn't even get out.
Don't know if they can they catch Cuckoo as well? Tim's is there with the back of him. Yeah, high with the blinking. Jump forward, slow. Cuckoo, X mark. He's going to be trapped up as well. Dragged back in Torrent. He's gone.
Ooh, and he popped his ultimate right before he died as well.
Oh, this is Rush. They're just going to pit right now.
Yeah.
There's 30 seconds.
Is that double damage rune as well? Or did I imagine that? I imagined it.
They have empowered, so it's sort of.
Yeah, it's double damage for everybody, you know. So, yeah, it's just an easy rush. Exorcism is back up, but yeah, it doesn't look like they'll be able to get it anyway soon.
There's Witch Doctor nearby, and he's going to be caught too.
Split Pop making sure there's no messing around the pit. So they get Roche, they get the Aegis, and they get themselves a freebie as Ninja Boogie falls.
The only downside or upside for TNC is that Brew's ulti was committed, so that's something. It's not great though.
No, because they don't need the Brew ulti to fight on Lotac's side. They've got the boat, they've got the RP.
On TNC right now, if you want to win a fight, you need to make it very long somehow. You need to prolong the fight so that Slark accumulates those stacks so that he can actually start hitting card.
Yeah, because like that fight in their jungle where we were sort of saying that how many stacks go, it seemed like Gabby was spending a lot of time not really hitting anyone. He was sort of sitting back very scared to go in.
Exactly, and if he does not have his ulti, I don't think he can even come close to the fight. That's the problem. Did you see, by the way, he was hitting Furion. Furion that has face boots and medallion.
That's a lot of armor.
No damage, so much armor from the face boots.
How much armor face boots? +6 right now.
Yeah, you get it from they messed up a bit here, but yeah, they're gonna back out. He has DD, there's a shrine.
Oh yeah, don't want to fight up high ground to that.
So somehow you need to prolong the fight.
The way to prolong the fight is maybe with Witch Doctor getting a couple of levels in his heal, getting a couple of items to have him survive longer.
The most important part is, I think, BKB on Slark, which he's gonna buy. I looked at him before, he was buying Skadi, and I don't think that would have helped at all. But with the BKB, you have another save for yourself, so you actually don't have to be a scared fish looking from, you know.
No, you get stuck in. Yeah.
Exactly. You can actually go in. You can hit some people.
I mean, what's the threat then? Just the RP. I mean, even if that can catch him around the dark packs, he shouldn't die. As long as sort of the whole of his team doesn't die around him, and then suddenly he's left alone after the BKB and Shadow Dance wears off, it should certainly be a good amount of time that allows him to really get the essence shift built up.
TNC is still playing the map really well, though. They aren't losing objectives without taking them. They aren't scared hiding in their base. They are gonna have to go back now, and defend. But
the Aegis push.
They have the Grimstroke defense though.
Cuckoo is in. The boat's coming down. Stampy's going to be popped, but the Torrent will catch on to him. He gets dragged back into the X-Mark. And Cook on the front lines, even with the Crimson Guard, he's just not beefy enough. He'll die. They do pop the Aegis there. Ninja Boogie with the Death Ward able to finish off the Troll at least once, but it will cost him his life as the Primal Split chases him down. One more bottle throws in onto the head of the Witch Doctor, and he's gone. Buyback comes out straight away, but already Lotac have claimed the Tier 3 tower. The Soulbind out onto them. Raven locked down, and Silence coming out. BKB's going to be popped. RP's attempted, but Gabby's able to get out of it with the Dark Pack. Shadow Dance committed as he looks to lock down onto the Brewmaster. Brew goes for the TP out. The Pounce is going to be there to cancel it as Ohio cannot escape. Ohio will drop as Lotac lose 2. The rest of Lotac will be able to escape. Armel did use the Exorcism here.
Yep.
So TNC, they are able to push them back. But the Tier 3 did fall, did have to utilize the buyback on the Witch Doctor, the Exorcism.
Which isn't really a big thing.
It's not the biggest. They keep those racks alive against an Aegis push.
And they take down the Aegis too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big. And you know what? Like Lotac, they did show discipline in that push. They didn't go ham.
No, they started to back off at the right
They
time.
backed out, and they even used BKBs to port out, which is like huge. Honestly, showed restraint and discipline, which is an improvement, like in comparison to the last best of 3 series. However, I don't know. They defended. Slark didn't die. RP was committed. Maybe the Slark now, when he gets a BKB, maybe they can even take a fight which isn't on their high ground. It's possible. Slark with 6 stacks stolen overall. The permanent ones isn't really the greatest, but
Still, you know, he's playing the long con, you know.
No, he's got the
game.
Myers. I think they're geared up for the game going as long as it needs to.
Yeah.
He's going to have the BKB pretty soon.
this build on Dead Prophet I haven't seen in a while. The Solar Crest one, pretty good. The Solar Crest, it's gonna enable Slark even further.
It makes him pretty much invincible if he pops it on him.
Yeah, he's. I think Armel is also just going for just living in fights.
Yeah. This used to be the build on Prophet, like Solar and Duels, when Solar was broken.
They had no vision over this, Lotac didn't, so this smoke is going undetected. They will...
Did they finish the BKB on Slark? Is that why they're... They've got it. So they're basically baiting on him, yeah.
I mean, at the same time, I don't know if Lotac, did they go for it? They see the BKB on Slark, they can't really get on top of him unless Gem commits with a solo Blink RP. Like, that's the only way they could have any sort of chance of opening up the lockdown.
Oh, there we go.
Let's Stampede straight away. TNC with the BKB pop from Gabby, they get in immediately on top of Chuan. Kunka's dead. Promise Split's going to be popped here as Ohio is trying his best to fight back, but he himself will probably have to retreat. They don't have their Kunka. As indeed Lotac will not try and chase or force the issue anymore. Gabby.
Bounce.
Got the pounce, and that is going to be Yamate. Stuck, he can try his best for the juice. He has got the Sprout. Has Gabby got anything to chop through it? He has not.
But he also doesn't have a teleport, so he's a little
gone. I mean, it's Yamate just... It's what he does. Yeah, it's not a big deal for him.
Yeah, they
Position 5, yeah, just...
Yeah.
That was pretty good for TNC though. They smoked up. They got the kill on one of the most important targets on Lotac. They stopped, or rather slowed down the push on bot lane. They didn't lose anything in the process.
One BKB charge on Slark,
Okay.
that's it.
That's
not the biggest deal. I think it's very important for Slark just to have that BKB. It doesn't, I mean, yeah, it's great to have a long duration of a BKB, but as long as you just have something to get out of that X, or, you know, just to use it to dispel, it's good enough.
It's going to be pretty annoying for TNC to have to deal with that ranged Rax getting harassed all the time, by the way.
Furion, yeah, you're going to have to be sending people down all the time.
Constantly. Oh.
How does leash work with text marks in the spot, I wonder? I didn't even check that. I didn't even test that.
Or if you sort of X mark yourself, get leash.
You get text back 100%.
Yeah, I'm sure it mustn't stop X.
Oh, of course.
Can't, right?
Yeah.
That would just
be so
weird.
ridiculous.
Yeah, just...
But I mean, you're leashed. You should.
Well, maybe it stops you activating it to like tell you to bring yourself back, but it will still bring you back at the end of the duration.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe you just can't activate it.
Oh, Witch Doctor.
Top tower is under attack.
Right? They have Centaur ulti here, they are all around, so you definitely don't want to commit onto the Witch Doctor. Just take down the tower. You have to be careful if you are Lotac though. It's this Slark with the BKB, if they initiate on that Kunkka again, they can take him down really easily. Scam, does he have a blink on Magnus, I wonder?
He does, yeah. He's got his blink.
Okay, so that's one way of dealing with that initiation. You can kind of counter it with the RP. You just have to be careful about the Dark Pact, because the Slark is going to be the one in front. And it's so good about the Slark that he has blink plus BKB. It's not only that he survives, it's the fact that he creates so much chaos. People underestimate that. Like, he jumps in.
Yeah, he's so slippery.
And he's slippery. He is, like, hitting someone. That person is dying, and you have to deal with him. And then the rest of his team, they have space to do what they want to do. The Witch Doctor can position himself, like, properly for that ultimate. Like, the Prophet will not die because they're committing so much into the Slark, right? So
yeah,
the PL, one of the reasons why that heal was Witch Doctor.
Well, I got it.
They were waiting for that. They knew it was going to happen. They stood there.
Oh,
they sat there so long.
Got the control.
Ooh, nice
sprout. Have they got anything to bring him back with? They do not. It looks like they're trying to chase him. Gabby's on top of the target. He has been disarmed though. So a bit of the duration, and that BKB one off the high gets the ult off as well.
60 HP ult.
And now Gabby has to get out of there. He pops over there, so the remainder of the BKB duration, he will be able to escape.
Yep. Pretty much everyone popped the BKB. The ult was used on Panda. That Prophet did not use her ult, so that's a big thing for TNC.
And there's another couple of Treants running for those range racks.
They died unfortunately for them, but there's the X to heal up.
They want to fight this. They're coming all around.
So
do they?
Yeah, they have that Prophet ult. They can, but there's no BKB on Slark. I think you let this go. Actually,
who's ready to jump in?
I don't think this is
the
best idea. They don't have brew ults. All right, they're getting out. Yeah, it's good. I was worried because if Slark jumps in and he has no BKB, like, he can actually fall in 1 RP or something. So he would have to be super careful about the way he uses his ult and Dark Pact. But with the double damage though, if he finds someone, he's just looking for Prophet right now. But I love these wards as well from Yamate, yeah.
And the nice thing is that if you are a Nature's Prophet, who by the way took over the Vlads, he now has the Vlads, so that Troll can sell it if he wants to.
Right. I was going to say, did the Troll get rid of his yet?
I don't know if he did. No,
so
but
I mean, is that
Vlad.
That's not the thing. I don't think so.
No, but
especially with the nerf. I mean, do you really get rid of the Vlad?
At least you can get rid of it.
That's how you deal with the nerf, man. If
you buy two. See.
Yeah, the item gets nerfed.
The math checks out. Yeah, that's there you go.
Does he have a split available? Nope, he does not. He's dead.
That's next level item building from Lotac.
Shiva's nerfed. Buy 2 Shivas.
Buy 2 Shivas. No, they just buy double.
Quantity.
2 of the nerfed item is better than the pre-nerf item.
Right, he has a basher now though, so he's gonna be able to perma-lock someone as well, which is pretty good. I mean, I don't mind Vlads on Troll. Like, if there's any core that I don't mind, Vlads on, it's most likely Troll. So. Oh, there's
Tron with the exorcism. They know that there's no brew. Tron is going to show things up as he turns up with the BKB. Stampy's been used, so Lotac, I mean, they're fully aware of what's going on around the pit. Yeah. Question if can they get in there? They're not going to use the buyback on the brew. In fact, he's purchased time, so he doesn't even have the option to do so. They'll send the boat in. Tron, he's going to try and walk in for this one. They do. He gets the Roshan kill, but Gabby is still able to pick up the Aegis. So TNC will find the Aegis, and they're looking to move forward and fight with it. BKB's popped by Raven and Armel. In fact, as Armel's on the high ground, he's looking towards killing off Yamate. Yamate's trying his best to TP out, but he cannot escape. As Yamate falls, they'll surround the Brew. Brew has got the primal split available. If you get it on the RP, it's going to be huge. As Skem gets it onto the 2 of them, catching up with the Witch Doctor and the Death Prophet. As the fight now turning back in favor of Lotac, as Cuckoo falls as well.
My eyes were fixed on that Magnus, that whole fight. I was just waiting. Yeah, I was just waiting for that. And you know what's so unfortunate? Let's just see this little Dreamstroke guy. What's so unfortunate is that Centaur jumped at the same time on the spot where Magnus was.
He was so close.
He was so close at stunning him. Also, the Troll that blinked in that fight, like it was so close for TNC to take that fight, but instead they just get destroyed.
I've got to get the buybacks down at TNC.
And they might not have gotten the Aegis, but I think they did get the cheese. It was on the Kunkka, and he used it, and it was also very
quick with the BKB. Needed. Again, another disarm onto the Slug. Gabby's being forced to pop the BKB, and Raven's just beating into him.
He has ult, but no BKB now. So I think they're falling back, it seems.
Actually, how much Lotac want to stick around?
Let's go.
Just give him the racks and let him go, or...
Maybe not. Jump in, Stampede, Death Ward's down. They're committing straight away for this. Ohio, he's in a lot of trouble. The Maledict's going to tick him down. The shockwave comes through as Gabby. He's found his target. Looking towards Skem. Skem's going to try and hide with the Shadow Amulet. Do they have to technically sentries down?
Ooh, these
all the Treants. All the Treants.
And the Siege Creeps are already dead. They won't get these racks.
They're not going to get the melee racks.
All right, so what's the upside? Your Troll survives, your Kunkka survives.
They had to buy back, I believe, at least on 3 heroes. Or maybe it was just...
I think it was 2.
2 heroes. Okay, TNC had to buy back.
That Prophet did not buy back, so there's that.
Yeah,
that Zark has 12 stacks now, so eventually he scales better. Eventually, if this game goes for 2 hours longer...
He's got that infinite scaling.
Yeah, infinite scaling, man.
The racks are held.
It's Legion Commander, Pudge, Slark. Who else?
Silencer.
Silencer, yeah.
And...
Anyone else?
I want to say there's another one now.
I can't remember.
Is that Legion Commander, Pudge, Silencer, Slark? Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe Slark was just a new addition.
I need to win with that draft somehow. Just draft that and prolong the game forever.
Lion.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I knew there was another. Lion.
A new one, though.
Yeah.
Fairly new one.
So Lotac back with a still 1k lead. Still a very close game in the numbers, but this Raven Troll is getting bigger and bigger. And it feels like the last few fights as well with the Slark's been a little underwhelming at long. You know, Gabby's not really had the chance to shoot crazy. The TP's having to come back.
Everyone is porting to clear those trees. We're having none of that. 3-man. I mean, this is so huge. You know, like when you have to commit 3 people to defend
you force 3 TPs like that, you're happy.
It's like it provides your team with so much vision and information. Like you know exactly where those 3 guys are. No one is gonna die on the map because you know where they are, right? You're not gonna get caught or anything.
And the thing with that as well, when you see sort of 3 TPs coming, isn't that just bad communication on the side of TNC? Like, as a team, are you really saying, right, 3 of us need to TP back now? Or is that just all of you going, I'm going to TP back, and then, we all TP back? Like, that's not going to be a coordinated play, is it?
It's not a coordinated play, but it's a play like the Raxes are low. And maybe if they talked about that a bit earlier, who's going to port, it would make some sense. But they couldn't. In that second, they couldn't decide, so they just all ported. That's it. Maybe the player that
like I feel like certain teams. Like, I'm talking like the top teams in the world. Like you wouldn't see 3 of like Liquid TP back or 3 of VP TP back.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Witch Doctor had no reason to port. Like it's a Witch Doctor. Like you have the cask. I mean, it's arguable though. Like you can say that either one of those 3 heroes, it's the Dead Prophet, Centaur, and Witch Doctor. So all 3 can deal with the Treants. Maybe that's the reason. You have the cask. You have the what's it called? That Prophet Swarm. The Swarm, obviously, and you have the stun and double edge. So, no. Yeah,
so who do we favor now? Because
let's shame them a bit.
This game we've seen
the scrubs.
We've seen Lotac be ahead. We've seen TNC be ahead, and it feels like we're kind of like at a break, like.
Yeah,
clean slates. Everybody starts anew, fresh.
I still feel as the game goes on, there's one side that's got a Magnus on, and you may have nerfed him each patch and such, but you know, empowered heroes late game versus non-empowered heroes late game. You know, do the maths.
My problem is still the fact that they can't deal with the troll. Slark cannot deal with the perma bash.
Ooh, we knew where he was gonna go.
Well, he's got to use his BKB.
Yeah. There we go. Yep. And now you have an opening. If you are Lotac, you can just push with this or.
The Shadow Blade as well as the Blink on Scam, so all the possibilities to find those RPs. But as you say, you know, if you get that at the right time and chance on the slug, they can absolutely kill Gabby through that duration.
Somehow you have to find, if you are TNC, you have to find a way to deal with this troll, but you have no burst damage for him, and he has a satanic now. And
Yeah,
3k
he's
HP.
absolutely massive,
So
Raven.
you have no burst damage whatsoever on your team.
Yeah.
Like, where is it? Like that ward? No, not really. So it's very problematic.
What's Cuckoo building next on the center? Is he getting more? Is he getting a halberd for himself?
Halberd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that on the troll. Like you have to deal with that hero somehow.
And they're finding Jaboogie.
I feel him. He has a position 5 player, I feel him definitely. He's just a poor position 5 going out to board. Why do you have to do this? Like,
Yeah, he doesn't expect the forwards to be there like that. And it's a little awkward now as well for Gabby because he's sort of trapped in the base, but he's got the money pretty much for the Scardy.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a little tricky for him to get out and do some shopping with the lanes as they're pushed in as they are, and the fact that Lotac are pushing to the base. So at the moment it's pretty much 5k gold on TNC that's just in the bank. Yeah, it's not in the game.
You have the buyback at least with it, so
yeah,
I guess that's something.
There's another tier 3 tower at top. Soulbind's not going to be used to much effect. There's nothing else there to follow up.
This bro is just zoning them out on his zone.
Yeah.
They can't approach the Raxes even.
Get the ranged racks, get out. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe you want to go back in.
I mean, Raven's just in the front lines with the BKB and the ult going away, pounding into the center. Gabby's popping the BKB in the Shadow Dance. He's looking for a higher. We'll find him. Armel. He's going to lead in, but there's the RP locking down the Death Prophet as they'll turn. Raven's ready to try and beat him down. He has got the Yules up into the air. He goes. He's keeping himself alive, Armel. BKB's still there, ready to go. Raven gets the bashes out onto the Grimstroke. It's a monster kill streak for Raven as he'll turn now, trying to help with the issue of Armel and Gabby. But now he's lost his Kunkka. He's losing his teammates. Raven's falling low. Can he keep himself alive with the life steal? He can't. He's going to go down. A Skewer from Scams attempted to split them apart, but Armel and Ninja Boogie have their eyes set on him. There's 3 dead on both sides. Gabby does fall, but Lotac, they lose their troll. They lose their Kunkka.
If they didn't kill that Slark, I think that would be so great for TNC.
I mean, look at how much Money. Death probably got 2k gold straight up from that fight.
It was so close. It was actually so close for Slark to survive that fight. I think the RP was off. I think if you're using that RP, you have to wait for that Slark and surprise him with it. However, the problem is Slark has a gem, so that Shadow Blade doesn't really work in your favor any longer. But it's nighttime. If you're in good position, you might surprise him with it. What did they do? They RP the Prophet. He doesn't care. You can't burst him down and just Yules afterwards. And they're doing fairly well when it comes to kiting this troll. He has issues finding the right target to kill in these fights because you have the Ghost, you have the Yules, you have the Solar Crest. You have ways of kiting him. Perhaps another 4-staff or something will do. And
oh, and the Aghanim's Nature's Prophet.
oh,
I mean, this Nature's Prophet is a support Nature's Prophet that is starting to get pretty rich here.
Guys, I mean, with the Ags, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the map.
he's got a lot. That Aghanim. Man, I can't remember the last time
Oh, no, he's changed it.
Oh.
We're not going to see the Aghanim.
Someone called Ohio
gone
was
back
like, no, sir.
Don't do that.
That would be so fun. Is it still the same, like those mega? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. You get the bounces on the creeps of the heroes, you spawn a big...
And
the damage goes up, right, as well.
Yeah.
It does improve the ult.
Right.
I mean,
I mean, is Hex even that good? I mean, you're against the Slark, you know, he's just going to dart pack out of it. You don't want a Hex. We'll see.
I mean, they are lacking control.
Wait, Hex was changed and he couldn't dark back it, and now it's changed back, right?
No, he can't.
Right. Just buy the Axe, man. Come on. I would love to see it, honestly. That's it. Just for the entertainment value, nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, Hex is it's still nice against everyone
much
else.
better. Yeah, it's the item that he needs. Lotus wouldn't be that horrible either this game, but Hex is really good offensively. It's another way of dealing with the Slark, catching him off guard. So look at Grimstroke, like the Glimmer Cave, the Force. It's all about kiting the troll.
Yeah.
Maybe an additional halberd wouldn't be that bad. You use your ulti, you halberd one target, you halberd them both. It's not bad. Like whoever you ulti, whoever you halberd on Lotac, it's valuable, right? As long as you use it on troll first.
Yeah.
So.
Juan trying to get his Daedalus online after building that AC for the team. As top, Lotac beginning to push this wave round once more. Now we're going to see Cuckoo actually jumping in with a hoof stomp onto Raven. They're going to be there with the counterplay straight away looking towards Cuckoo. He does still have the Stampede, and he is very tanky. Will get forced to the side, doesn't need to use the ult.
I loved how Panda waddled from the top of the screen.
Dude, do you see that? This Witch Doctor's got a gun. He's got an E-blade. He's ready to blast some fools.
Yeah, that's basically. I was thinking if he's gonna bite or not.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, basically E-blade is if troll does not go for him, he can E-blade the target that the troll goes for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's another save. Yeah, it's really good. They don't really have any sort of magic damage, so.
Ooh. X mark interrupted.
That E-blade is definitely not gonna work against them, so it's good. Oh,
There we go. Easy Roche.
Look at that.
Easy Roche.
Look at that maniac in the pit.
Whew, he's a scary one. He did end up sell his flat first. Oh, hello. Bye. He had to be out.
That's really bad for him.
I mean, that means it's very hard
Split
for
up
TNC
in
to
the
contest a
meantime.
bit. I mean, yeah, Lotac's just having a higher here, creating a distraction, means there's no way of TNC getting in the pit. Armel's going to try, but
And
it's
look at
too
that.
late.
He's just cycloned now. That's the worst feeling ever, just being cycloned by Panda.
They are going to still try and fight here as Cuckoo leads in with the Stampede. BKB's popped by both Tron and Raven. They'll turn towards Gabby. Gabby's been disarmed. He's trying his best to pounce away with the Dark Pack. Will escape. Armel on the front lines with the BKB and the Shiva's got. He's very tanky. They can't kill
Armel
this
is
Death
doing
Prophet.
so much.
As Armel is just
geez.
ripping through them. Raven falling incredibly low as the Aegis will be popped. Skem does have the RP. They've got to be careful with their positioning here, TNC, and they know they're going to play it safe. They'll be happy with that. They've taken the Aegis, the buybacks come out from the Kunkka. They know that Magnus is waiting somewhere for the RP, so they'll stay away from pushing that fight any further.
He still had Refresher Shard on Troll, still the BKB, I believe, and the ultimate, so it's better not to go. Oh, did he use it or did he give it away? I wonder. He used it?
He
So they want
must
to
have
put. I
popped
mean,
it.
this makes
Yeah,
sense
so he can
because
go and try again.
there's no ulti on
Yeah.
Death Prophet now. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the
this
time
is
to
the
go.
time.
Are fortified.
well, the question is, are they going to be able to? There's still a Slark.
And Armel is still incredibly tanky with that
Slark
Shiva's
jumped
Guard.
forward. He has to be so careful. Slark, does he still have a BKB? He's going to get X mark.
It looks like he's finding a way. They're going to buy back on the Grimstroke, so it's hard for Lotac to sort of push her up to the high ground. If they come out of the base, though, Lotac will look to take the fight. Scam jumps in. It's only an RP onto the one of them. Will set up for the boat. Torrent combo as well, holding the Death Prophet down, but Armel's so tanky, doesn't care at all. Tron puts the BKB. They have found Cuckoo. They should have the damage to find the center, and they do also get Ninja Boogie on the backlines as Ohio goes in with the BKB. Gabby, Armel, and Tim's being forced back here. Jumps forward from Scam. He's looking for the skewer. He's going to miss it, though. Doesn't catch out Armel, and Cuckoo's back in with the Stampede. They're in immediately again on top of the Kunkka. Tron. He's in trouble. He bought back for this. It's going to be a long time that he's dead for if he does fall, but the Torrent onto the two of them. Finally, he falls. Gabby's still able to keep himself alive with the Shadow Dance, the Dark Pack. He's got himself on top of Scam. Scam with the Shadow Blade is invis. Gabby doesn't have vision. He's backing off. There's two dead on TNC without the buyback available. Armel and Gabby, they've found another. Gabby with the double
hard.
kill. As Gabby's getting those Essence Shift stacks built up.
So you guys said it's all important that the fights last as long as they possibly can.
And the long fights are always going to be good for Gabby.
Yeah, they are lasting very long. And was that the play to go for the Centaur for like the first minute of the fight?
Oh,
Hello.
he still doesn't have any detection on
No.
himself.
Yeah, I guess he gets in front and you can't really go around him, so they just go for him, expecting Troll to be able to take him down quickly enough.
Yeah.
And they did the first time, but the Centaur bought back, and then they did the same thing again. And I mean, you can kill him once, but twice it takes a bit too much time.
Yeah.
There's a Hex on the Furion now too, which might help them.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Bloodthorn? Why don't we see that anymore?
I think it's just one of those massively expensive items that so many things counter it.
Is under attack.
It is the price that's just super high.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There's no buyback on the Kunkka and on the Brew. Can they do something here?
They definitely can.
Because
They
there's
have
Death Prophet
They
Ultimate
should
is
have
available as well. Yeah, let's go.
There we go. And the Slark still has the stacks up,
Yep.
so he's hitting really hard.
Yeah, and with that completed butterfly now, he's a bit of a beast here, Gabby. You got the Crimson Guard slowing it down a little bit, but there's just so much damage coming out from this push from TNC.
They can just go. They can take the entire lane. Right.
It's an RP onto 2. BKB's pot. Raven's going to move in. Have they got the damage to get any of these kills? I don't know. The TNC are so beefy. They just don't have the damage. And now Raven's in trouble. He's silenced, he's stunned, he's forced out to the side. The Sprout does hold back Cuckoo, as Raven will be able to get himself back up to full health. He's speeding into Cuckoo, but the mid-racks are already gone. TNC got what they came for, and now they'll get themselves out of it. The BKB is there from Gabby, keeping him safe from any potential X-Mark pullback. Scammer's got a TP into the Shrine with the Shadow Blade. Ninja Boogie's got eyes on him, will slow him down with the E-Blade. Ninja Boogie heads back, but he's sprouted. He's trapped and surrounded. Hex is there from Yamate, and Ninja Boogie will fall.
They went for the Centaur again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
And he could just teleport out.
He's the one on the front lines. He gets straight in their faces. He makes it very hard for Lotac to sort of fight around him.
It's hard to just ignore him, but yeah, I would argue that he's definitely not the best target. It's not the target that you want to go for, but you have to go for, I suppose.
See mid lane Cuckoo. Dragged back here by the combo. Another Glimmer Cape 4-star save to buy him some time. Torrent does come out upon him as Ohio pots the primal split, looking towards Cuckoo. They're into the base as Ohio's just pushing on his own here, up on the high ground. TNC, they do have the full lineup ready to start beating through the primal splits as Ohio will finally retreat a little bit. The Torrent comes out again as Lotac just continues to sort of keep TNC held at the high ground. At the same time, TNC making it hard for them to get in. So far, sort of the pressure of Yamate has allowed them to claim 2 sets of racks.
2 sides.
2 sides.
That's what you can get. That's what you can get with Hurion, because you can split push them all the time. The turret side is definitely the trickiest one, as you can't split them. You can't send the trees on one side, then ports on the other and hit. There aren't any mind games there involved. It's basically you have to go rush down that one lane that's remaining.
Look at that worth. Very balanced.
Very close game as well. These 2 teams now.
Oh,
BKB forced out.
They have to run now, actually. You can't
Stomped, indeed.
A big on Armel. He's got that
Octarine core now as well.
I mean, Armel is just doing so much this game.
Exactly, like they RP him and then they ignore him.
But yeah, they can't kill him.
Yeah, you can't kill him, so save that RP. I honestly think it's on Magnus to save that RP for the right target.
But you get the targets that you can actually kill. Cuckoo jumps in. So who stomp out, disarm as well. Will be protected for now by Ninja Boogie's E-Blade. Pop the Stampede. Armel's in the midst of it all, but as we've seen, they can't do anything about him. With the BKB up and the Siphons out, Armel is not going to take any damage at all. He'll turn and look towards Ohio. Ohio with the BKB and the TP out will make it just in time.
So close.
Very close indeed. And of course, TNC aren't done yet. They know now that Ohio's out of the picture. They're looking to see if they can catch someone else. They've found Twan. He's sent up in the air, surrounded. He'll get the boat down, but he's been silenced, stomped up. He is beefy, but not quite tanky enough as Twan falls.
No buyback on him still.
No.
Yamate, he might just fall as well. They got the E-Blade on him. Gabby's closing the gap. He'll sprout himself. Is there any way they can get through to him? Yes, there is. They'll cut the trees down. Cask is out. Yamate gone as well. As TNC
still fighting.
They're not even done yet, maybe. Tim's playing around with both Skem and Raven. Skem does have an RP.
Gabby smelling blood. Ooh, blink away, troll. Oh, I say link away.
Oh, Cuckoo. Cuckoo's been found by Ohio and
They're still fighting Centaur.
Gabby's not done yet. Gabby still wants to keep going. Cuckoo's actually not even dead. There we go. Finally, Ohio finishes him off.
Armel.
Raven and Skem, they committed the RP for this one. And this time with Armel on his own, they will get him. And in fact, TNC, they've got Centaur and Witch Doctor dead. They don't have buyback.
So the fighting long in this case was so split up.
I mean, I imagine Gabby's got like a bazillion essence shift stacks, right?
He does, but he wasn't able to hit anyone as he was too far away. The fight...
There were like three different
fights happening. That was ridiculous. I mean, it worked out in Lotac's favor.
So yeah, they've got a good window now to push.
Prophet did buy back for this one.
Yeah, but there's no buyback on Centaur, but still, if Carmel has his ult, he does, so he buybacks, uses it.
On Gabby straight in. Sees a target onto Ohio. Ohio does not have Primal Split available. Ohio's just going to die straight up to this, as that's going to be Ohio gone. He has got a buyback available if he wants to get back into the fight. They're still obviously trying to push without their Kunkka. Juan's still dead.
No buyback.
They've got themselves another catch as Yamate gone for 120. 2 minutes down on the Nature's Prophet.
Run like the wind, get out. There's a haste rune
With
to
that
help out.
Octarine, it's not the longest of cooldowns on that Exorcism
I
anymore.
was gonna say in this kind of situation, Lotac should be satisfied that Prophet used her ulti on her side of the map. So you're gonna have a window of opportunity to just go for these fights.
But she's going to have it back up again before the Prophet's in the game.
That's true.
That ward.
So you can sort of get that push
Gabby
going
knows.
towards the end. And Gabby, he's hunting, he's in. They've found Scam.
No detection.
And they've got it now.
They've got it.
Oh, Scam.
Hello.
He's certainly dead. He's going to skewer Armel up to the high ground.
He has a buyback if needed.
He's got it, and the Panda has got to buy back too.
But Scam doesn't have RP yet. He probably has it kind of soon. I imagine the RP is going to be back up.
But there's no
20 seconds.
exorcism anymore.
This Lark still
I guess the Lark has about 45
Oh,
stacks.
God.
Hello.
39 armor.
Oh.
This guy is hard to kill. He's got a BKB as well if he needs to. Won't pop it immediately. He's got the shadow
that
now. Starts to
damage.
poke into Raven. Raven needs help and he needs it now. Blink out from Slark. Going to get himself dragged back in. BKB's now going to be popped. Armel moving in with the Siphons. Raven's incredibly low.
Yeah, he popped the Satanic, so he has to run back now. He has to heal up.
Cuckoo's in.
Cuckoo is back. Don't worry, guys. He can just stand anywhere.
Take it.
He'll be fine.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah.
under
Still having to worry about these side lanes. The fact that Lotac did get those 2 side lanes earlier means
It gives them
everything
some
in this
breathing
game.
space.
It keeps it going for them.
If you, like in some other game, saying that you have 2 sides up and that you also have a Furion is a strategical game over, right? Like it's so hard to push in anywhere versus a Furion, and when you're 2 sides down, it's almost impossible. Here they caught him off guard. He did not have that buyback, and it was very easy for them.
And looks like he might be getting an Aegis as well.
Gabby, he's got the Aegis, he's got the cheat to pick up everything.
No, he didn't. Still
no,
shard
he got everything. He got everything.
No,
Yeah.
refresher shard still
No,
there.
he's got refresher shard
he
in his
does?
backpack.
My
He
bad.
got everything.
All right. Let's see if they can do it again.
Scam's in.
He
Isn't
can get
going to
out.
use the RP quite yet. He's looking for the perfect target. Cuckoo's going to be
E-Blade.
protected by the E-Blade from Ninja Boogie. Again, Soulbind down to the 2 of them, Ohio and Twan. Any follow though, that's the question. Gabby's trying to poke in onto Scam. Exorcism has been popped here by Armel as he's coming around with a wraparound around the pit. Stampede's used as well. Scam's still unable to find a position to get in to get that RP off. He'll pop it now, but it's only onto a Centaur. Ohio's gone for the BKB TP out. Gabby's managed to finish off Yamate. Scam's still trying to retreat. Do they see him?
No.
They do
Yes.
now. With the Witch Doctor coming in close, they have the detection. That's going to be Scam down as well. Does not have buyback on the Magnus.
TNC. Looks like they are doing it.
They may have just done it here. I mean, the
They're
Exorcism's
still-
going to wear off. But Gabby, I mean, he's still got. What has he got left from the bro? So he's still got the cheese and the
Yeah,
refresh
cheese
yard.
and refresher.
They
Cheese and
can't stop
refresher.
this. They've only got
he
3
used
alive.
Pressure, it seems, or he might have.
Unless Cuckoo's going to run into the fountain.
This
Or
is-
maybe.
Can
Maybe
they hold
Raven
this?
is actually doing quite a bit of damage here. The boat.
Oh.
Help her. They do kill Cuckoo, but he has buyback this time.
Are they going to
Uses
hold
it as
3
well.
versus 5?
This is
Gabby.
amazing.
Gabby's got the shadow, that's the BKB Raven. Oh, the disarm comes through, but he did manage to get off Ninja Boogie in time. I mean,
There's a buyback on the
Kunka's got
Kunkka.
buyback. Okay,
Yeah.
Kunka's back in. Raven, silence. He's got the BKB off. He's still alive for now. Ohio's in as well. They're holding.
Yeah, they are holding.
Lotac
The cheese
holding.
gets popped.
He's
Gabby
back up to
torrented up
full.
as well.
Torrent's down. They're losing their health. They're going to have the buyback on Ohio. Gabby's able to pounce out of the base. Raven will
He has
fall there,
buyback
but
too.
he has buyback too. Lotac are going to be able to hold, as it seems. They've got the Torrent out onto Cuckoo. Gabby jumps in with looking to try and lock down onto Tron, but the BKB's
Armel,
back
10
up.
seconds, and he's gonna have that ulti.
Oh,
Oh,
time to run.
that's interesting.
See if Ohio can catch anyone. Gets to the high ground. He might be able to cancel that TP, cancel that.
Oh,
Oh,
he saw,
he saw that, did he?
Yeah,
Sorry.
but he was microing the wrong.
Yeah, I guess he
one
wasn't
then.
looking.
or maybe he was trying to get vision of the centaur somehow. He was tunnel visioning to get
Yeah.
him instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
guess
it is-
focusing on the bigger kills. Yeah,
Bigger kill,
Grimstroke's
he has no
whatever.
buyback too, so that would be really good for them. However, yeah, TNC does have that ultimate now on that Prophet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they got the refresher on her as well.
I would say we're at the point where I know that you said everything with the Magnus and an Empower has the upper hand late game, but this Slark with these
Infinite,
stacks,
yeah, infinite scalability.
Yeah, Gabby's getting a lot.
yeah,
And I feel like as well with the way that they built and they picked this Slark, this
Yeah.
was probably the plan from TNC after all. I think they probably felt confident. If we go late, we're going to have these sort of unkillable cores. You
Yeah.
know, This Death Prophet and Slark that just don't die.
And the Centaur.
Yeah.
It did look shaky at times, but honestly...
They've got to this point now.
Now it's really hard. However, if you manage to lock this Slark down after the BKB, you can still win the fight. Those RPs are still not on point.
No, we've not seen sort of this usual late game RP that...
Exactly. It's very hard for Scamp though. It's not an easy game to use those RPs. But if he does manage to, let's say, catch that Slark off guard, you instantly blink with the troll, you permabash, you can take him down.
If they can kill him, he does not have buyback.
He's going to jump in and try and do his best to protect him. Try's going to put the BKB. He's going to get the bow out onto himself, get him some protection with the run. They get the RP down onto him. Can they kill Gabby in time? He got the Dark Pact off, but he's been disarmed. Raven's trying his best with the ultimate. The Hex is out as well, but the Slark's still alive. Gabby gets himself out to the side. They'll lose the Witch Doctor. Exorcism popped as Armel's in the midst. He'll be held back for now by the Sprout. Force up to the side will separate him from Gabby, as Yamate will be able to keep himself safe for now. Ohio, after the Primal Split wears off though, he's been left behind, will fall, and now Lotac again without two heroes, without buyback.
Oh, they're going for the throne.
Look at the top lane. The creeps are pushing in.
They just throne and Fury.
You can't.
Can they go for a base race?
No.
Do you have Glyph? Do they have Glyph?
Does he? Did Armo use the refresh? Has he got a this is the second exorcism, right? This is the second exorcism. He's got a good duration of it. They're gonna have to do it very quickly.
Inkswell slowing him down though. This Grimstroke.
There's no way they can break this. The throne is gone.
I can't hear you.
The throne is gone. GG is caught, and TNC will do it. Claim game 1 against Lotac in a 57-minute match.
Yeah.
Game 1.
I mean, it started off a little slow, but definitely battle all around in the end. That was a pretty exciting game, actually.
It was so good, actually.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just want to commend these two supports on the side of TNC. Honestly, like, Slark played out of his mind, don't get me wrong. Armel was really good on his Prophet.
Yeah, the Armel Prophet was, I mean, that was always one of the heroes that was like his hero.
But the heroes that made that possible were Grimstroke and Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Time after time, they E-blade the Hexed Slark, they Glimmer the Prophet. So Troll, he was tanky and he was hitting hard.
He couldn't get
but he couldn't hit anyone because he was just running after ghosts. Like they just disappeared in front of him.
It was a saving team.
Yeah. I could feel the rage in that Troll, definitely.
That was a fun game. It is not over yet for Lotac though, because it is a best of 3. So the winner of this best of 3 goes to the upper bracket of the playoffs for the Southeast Asian qualifier of the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 11 DreamLeague Major. Did I say DreamLeague twice? I think I did. No, we don't do predictions here. We don't get any points. We were all wrong.
All wrong this time around.
I'm just gonna predictions points. And like, nope, nothing happened here. No
predictions. Like, it is this.
Wait, we all said TNC, didn't we? No.
Yeah.
No. We were all wrong. We thought Lotac was gonna have it, and they didn't. Not in game 1 anyway. Here's the groups. We are watching Group A right now, and we already have Maneski and Fnatic in the upper bracket. And we just need 2 more teams, and then tomorrow we'll start with the playoff bracket, double elimination as well. At the same time, Barak is facing Boom ID right now as well. And we are going to continue with this best of 3 and find out if Lotac can force out a 3rd game or if TNC is going to have a 2-0 sweep.